You're joined by Rutgers head coach Vivian Stringer, senior forward Benai Jelani, and junior forward Kalia Copper, and we'll open it up to questions.
Vivian, I guess we got to start defensively. They shot 50% from the field and 45% from three. Is that something you guys were doing, or is that team just that good at shooting?
They're very, very good at shooting, but we obviously need to get much better. That probably was the key word. We got to get back to basics, playing great defense, and worry about the scoring later. Simply because in the last 4 or 5 games we hadn't shot well at all. So, but the bad part about it is we hadn't been playing good defense either. So we decided today to just go into the 55 whether we got it or not, which I thought was good, and so it was encouraging. So contrary to the way this game was played and that we lost, this is probably the best we've played in the past 4 games. That is in terms of moving the ball. I think that a lot of the shots that we missed were just simple bunnies. They were 5-foot, 7-foot shots that we should have hit. As simple as that. But that's part of the game, and that's what happens. I think that when we can get Bree back, we can give people breaks. We can get in a better rotation, but we're nowhere near the rotations that we need to be, especially to play at the speeds that we want, offensively or defensively. So it sort of hampers things offensively, just even in terms of getting rest and to being able to elevate on jumpers, not the first half, but the second half more. So it doesn't give us quite the same kind of flexibility that I would like. So we just have to keep our heads up, continue to work hard, and come back working harder, and to recognize that a game like this, it's possible that we could have won, but we let that one slip. Iowa was a well-balanced team, and with all due respect to them, they just flat out, they're just a great team. I think they were picked 3rd in the conference, and they're averaging generally all 5 people are scoring in double figures. This time I see that Dixon, who I think was the one that had the record threes, didn't get anywhere near those. So I thought that we were pushing up on her to not allow her to get, but the fact that she got 6 out of 10 is unacceptable. So we're going to have to write it across our heart to do a better job defensively. I think that also when our posts got into foul trouble, and this team is smart, they go right at the post, and so we just gave it up, because they're going to attack. They know how to win a game. Sometimes it's a 3, sometimes it's dribble penetration, and other times it's what was happening on the outside. So we do have to get better, because I don't think we'll ever lose, at least I don't hope we do, I don't think we'll ever lose the ability to attack in that mindset, because I thought that we were doing that. And like I said, when Bree comes, I think that we'll be even more in that attack mode. So that's the good part. But we need to go on and focus a lot more on the defensive side and get it done there.
You only had 3 steals. Is that surprising?
Real surprised. I thought that there were too many times where we weren't matching up the way that we needed to and getting out there and playing them. That's that. But keep in mind that Iowa is a very deliberate basketball team. They're smart. It's just like when you saw them eating up the post like they did. That's not a mistake. We told them 1,000 times. When they recognize a small person or a person that's going to be vulnerable, then they stick you in, call your number up, and they just go to work. And that's what happens. We got to do better. This 3 steals, that's disappointing. But it wasn't because I don't think that we were trying. I think that we were not as alert as we needed to right from the beginning in terms of full court pressure.
Coach, normally the team has great chemistry from jump, but from the beginning today, it seemed like there was a little something off, a little something out of sync. Do you think
with us?
Yeah, with you guys, especially on offense at the beginning of the game. Think the early tip-off might have done it, or what?
No,
what was off?
no. No, if you look at the last 5 games, we've been off. That's exactly what you're right. You're exactly right. For me to understand it, no. I really don't understand it. I'm not somebody that can score 100 points. 100 points is 100 points, and the game flowed. So what I'm saying that, as bad as this was, it was better than it has been for the past 5 games. So there's hope. But I'm not happy with where it is because it didn't need to get to that. If it flows, we can score at will, and everybody's going to score. We need to have at least 4 people, at the very least, in double-digit scoring, period, in order for us to win. And that's not a problem. It really isn't a problem for us. At least 4. And had the nerve to believe that at times we could have had 5. Okay? But I'm glad that you said that because you know that I don't even know you from Adam's house, Cat. I had that meeting with this team yesterday. The same thing. So why we're hesitating and whatever is beyond me. Because I can't say that the defense was that aggressive. It wasn't trapping. It wasn't doing any of those things. Same thing with Ohio State. This has been going on for the past 4 games. So we either get it together and decide that we want to be in the loser's bracket, or we're going to decide that we're going to learn how to win and win together. And it's okay because we'll all be successful. But I don't like what's been going on. But I'm encouraged because it's a little bit better.
Benaja, how difficult is it defensively when you're playing a team that almost seems to prefer the 3-pointer to the 2-pointer? It almost seemed like at times they were passing up what would have been easy shots for 3s. Is that confusing on defense, or?
I think a little bit of our problem with defending the 3, as it's been in the past and still is, we've gotten a little better, is that the majority of people on our team that are scoring aren't shooting 3s. So, we're more looking to protect the basket as opposed to jumping out. But our coaches have done a great job telling us what to look for, what the other teams are doing. And it's just a matter of us putting our minds to it and getting it done. And until we do that, this is what's going to happen.
Kalia, you and Tyler combined for 42 points today. And it seemed that, every time you guys did something on the offensive end, Iowa always had an answer for it. How frustrating was that? Was it kind of deflating?
It wasn't really deflating, but it was definitely frustrating because we were not trying to exchange baskets at the time because we were down. We were trying to get ours and then take theirs and come back and get ours. So it was just frustrating, and we were just hoping to just score and then get a stop. But
Did it seem to you girls like you guys were right there? You were down 2, and then I guess they had a couple 3s, and all of a sudden it was 11 or 13. Did it feel as quick to you guys on the court as it felt to us?
Yeah, it was very quick, because we talked about it, and every time out, we got to get stops, we're down, we can't exchange baskets. And then it seems, again, it goes back to the 3-point shots. You can't exchange 3s for 2s and expect to come out with a game because you can't win.
Questions?
Benaja, since, just to kind of update us on what's going on with your hand, it looked like you were doing well today. Definitely almost back to your full self. Can you just update us on how you're feeling?
It's definitely a lot better. It's not anything serious right now. It's just something that we're trying to take away the aches and pains because it gets sore from time to time. But other than that, we're good.
Benaja, Coach Stringer actually talked just before about how this one was better than it's been in the past 5 games. So even despite the back-to-back conference losses, you feel like you guys can kind of regroup from this one? You guys are in the right direction?
Most definitely. We're definitely a team that we're not going to back down from anybody, no matter whether we lose or not. We're not going to back down. We know that we got to keep pushing forward, and we just got to come together and, key in on the things that are taking us down. And when we do that, I think last year was a great example of that, like us not making the NCAA tournament and then turning around and winning however many games straight. So I think we're definitely a team that we're going to bounce back. There's no question about it.
Coach, 3 losses at home against ranked opponents. What's missing?
We're not good enough right now. That's as simple as that. I mean, we either declare and we get in. We have a chance. We had a great opportunity. It was at home. There's nothing to say. What's missing is we're not scoring enough and we're not defending enough. As simple as that. That means losing. They're ranked. It doesn't matter whether they rank 25 and we're 15. When we got a chance to play against the top 25 teams, we didn't get it done one time, and that was at Arkansas. And it'd probably be out of the top 25. in another minute. Now, I'm giving you the bare truth. You're gonna hear it from me, and it's as simple as that. We're not good enough just yet. Now, we either play, it ain't about what you're going to do, it's about what did we do. Against top 25 teams, we lost. So we obviously didn't score enough, and we didn't defend enough, and we didn't rebound enough, and we probably turned the ball over more than what they did. And we are not consistent. Look, this team came in here averaging 9 threes, right? Guess how many they got today? 10. So what part of this, they're very consistent. Iowa's consistent in what they did. The other teams that have beaten us are consistent in what they did. So I'm encouraged because maybe we got on the right road and we're consistent in what we need to do. So I'm just speaking the truth as I know it, and it's exactly what I said.